Ah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay, alhamdulillah, we have interview number 13 with another special guest, and actually our first female of interviewees, alhamdulillah. This is Erina, EMELINA bint ISMAIL from Malaysia. Welcome, Erina.
Thank you, alhamdulillah. Thank you for inviting me into this session. Thank you so much.
No problem, it's our pleasure. Erina, we have met a couple of times at a few different competitions over the last maybe 6 or 7 years. I think the first time was possibly in, there was a competition in Malaysia, which was, I was just there for a couple of days. And then more recently was 2018 in Jordan.
Yes, 2014, yeah.
That's right, alhamdulillah. So Erina, mashallah, we're very happy that you've joined us. You're the first kind of female person we've had on the set of interviews. So it was very important for us to have someone, I guess, represent the female or the sisters in doing archery. So far, we've had all men. So it's good to get your perspective as a female in traditional archery and horseback archery as well. Why don't we start with just telling us a little bit about yourself, your background, when you got into archery and then horse archery. And while you do that, I'm just going to kind of just take a look through your Instagram site at the same time as well.
Okay. So actually I started horseback archery in 2013, but the story goes back in 2011 when I first know about horseback archery, because in 2011 I just started horse riding lessons. I was in the university. So my mom sent me a link to a documentary about Malaysia's horseback archers. So there were 3 of Malaysian horseback archers back then. The first one is Din Mahidin. I think you know him.
Yes.
And then the second one, Anita Wu, and then Hafiz. They were all in the documentaries.
Right.
So and I watched the documentary and I feel like it's so awesome, and I got so excited to see that we can actually combine horse riding and traditional archery in a sport. So it's really cool. But because I just started riding, so I just try my luck, and then I tried to texted Din, and then he liked me on Facebook, and then he said that he are waiting for me to maybe learn and also to train horseback archery. But that was in 2011 while I was still studying, and my study was in the southern region of Malaysia. So Din was in a central region, so it was quite far, and that I should just wait until I graduated, and then that's how it was. And then in 2013 I graduated, and actually it was end of 2013 I graduated, and then I started to pick up first the traditional archery, and I learned from my teacher, Mr. Azizul. So after a few months, I think I and see Pak Day actually gave me the opportunity to shoot from his horse named Samurai, and that was my first time shooting off from the horse. So but you know, because I have stopped riding since 2012, I think. So it's about 2 years, no riding for 2 years, and then I think I get my riding is a little rusty. So I decided in early 2014 to search for equestrian coach, because I knew that horseback archery is a very extreme sport. You combine 2 different sets of extreme sports, which is traditional archery and also horse riding into one. So you have to have a good balance, a good skills. So that's why I decided to search for equestrian coach so that he can develop the skill that I already have, but I just need some refreshment on the skills. So I came to see Sergeant Marshall. I also I know I think you know him from 2014 the competition in Malaysia. So he is actually an equestrian coach, and he also a horseback archer. So eventually he became my coach in both equestrian and also horseback archery. So
what was his name again?
Marshall.
Marshall, yes, I think I vaguely remember him.
Yeah, his wife Noor, she is the organizer for the first Malaysian horseback archer in Malaysia back in 2014.
Right.
So I went to him, and then I asked him to teach me riding, and then after like a few lessons, because I already have the basics of horse riding, he asked me to bring my own bow, and then that's how I started horseback archery. But at that time, he said to me that there will be a competition in 2014 on the same year. So he said if I want to join the competition, then I have to practice, and then I have to get selected for the competition. I practiced for a few months. I went to see him maybe in April. So I started horseback archery in April, and then in August, I think, we have a selection, and then I got selected together with another 8 Malaysians for the competition in Malaysia.
MashaAllah. So are you, is there like an official team now in Malaysia, and you're on that team?
Actually, in Malaysia, for now, we don't have like one national association or federation yet. We have like different clubs. So these different clubs are sending their own horseback archers for the competitions. So for now, we don't have like one centralized association yet.
Okay. How many clubs are there around Malaysia at the moment?
In Malaysia right now, maybe we have less than 20. I think less than 20. And we also have like maybe less than 100 horseback archers. I don't know, maybe less than.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot more than we have in the UK, at least. There's a lot more there.
Oh, I thought you have horseback archers in the UK.
I wouldn't say it's more than, I mean, I could be wrong, but I wouldn't say more than maybe 30 or 40 maximum. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but from the people I've spoken to, even through the Horseback Archery Federation, Horseback Archery Association, maybe maximum, maybe 40, 50, but near 100, I don't think so. But
because for us in Malaysia as well, if we are organizing for a competition, usually there will be only like less than 40 horseback archers. But then I think there might be some more, but maybe I don't know them. But I think less than 100.
Right. Okay. Well, it's still a good number. I guess it's the more people that enter, the higher the quality becomes, because there's more competition and people are always pushing you to be better, and it's harder for you to then qualify to get into the team and stuff, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. MashaAllah. Okay, that's good. Do you have your own horse at the moment, or do you have to rent a horse, or how does it work with your own training?
Okay, for us, because in Malaysia, I'm usually competing under my club. So as-sibaq Horseback Archers Association of Malaysia. So we don't have our own facilities yet, and we also don't have our own horses. We are renting the facilities and also the horses from this one training center. It used to be in the central region. I mean, in Kuala Lumpur. However, earlier this year, maybe in February they move out to another state. So that we are currently in the not lockdown, but we have like in Malaysia, due to this COVID, we have movement control orders. So everybody's there's some restriction for the movement. So we don't do any trainings for now. So and at the same time, we also no longer have the training center because the center is has moved. So so to answer your question, I don't have any horse. I don't have any horses or my own horses. Are renting. Basically, we are renting. But in Malaysia, there are few clubs who have their own horses and their own training center. So yeah, it depends.
So how far is the training center from where you live?
It's about like 30 minutes, maybe 30 kilometers from used to be 30 kilometers, but now now that they have moved, it became like more than almost 200 kilometers from where I live.
Wow. So it was very close, but now it's much further away.
Yeah, it's 2 hours drive. So yes, we don't have any plans yet regarding the training, and also, you know, we have to sort these things out maybe after if the restriction order.
Right.
Movement restriction.
Yeah, so that will obviously make things a lot more difficult in terms of even after they lift the restriction orders. I mean, to travel there, to go training, you probably you need the whole day or the whole weekend probably.
Maybe to travel, maybe it's not very practical to go there for a day and then to come back to where I live. I have to maybe stay there for a couple of days.
Yeah, exactly, because it wouldn't make sense to just go for a day or so, you know.
Because it's too far. I don't know. We haven't decided anything yet. For now, maybe we could find another training center near us here, because most of us are all in the central region, except that the training center that move is the center where my coach is, where Sergeant Marshall is working. So he is working with the army. So the center is belong to the armed forces. So they are all out. So we also don't have our own coaches near us. It's quite hard.
Yeah.
For now.
Inshallah, become easy. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
So I was going to ask you how often you train, but I guess it depends when your center was closer to you. How often would you be training?
Okay, it's maybe for horse, because for me myself, I think for horseback archery you're gonna have like to train for 3 different things, like for traditional archery by itself, and then for horse riding by itself, and then you do the training combine this both horseback archery and also both riding and also archery. So like usually I will train horse riding alone, maybe once or twice per week, and maybe if we don't have any preparation for the competition, then maybe twice a month only we do the horseback archery, because we are renting from another equestrian center, so we don't have our facilities. Because in Malaysia, everybody everybody are allowed to ride, but not every equestrian center are allowing you to practice horseback archery. So we share it with the equestrian people, so there are a limit on the training itself. So for horseback archery, if we don't have any competition around, then we will practice maybe once a month or twice a month. But if we have competitions coming, then we can apply so that we can train more. So it basically it depends.
Okay. I want to ask you something that we ask a lot of the people we speak to is You know, why do they originally start? You've told us about how you started, but for you, is the archery or horseback archery, is it more of a sport activity, or is it something more? Is it something, you know, linked to culture or religion or something? Is it more of a discipline for you? Where does it sit with you?
For me myself, yeah, when I went to see Sergeant Marshall, my coach, the first thing he asked me was, after I said that I wanted to learn horseback archery from him, he asked me, why do you want to be a horseback archer? But at that moment I don't know how to answer him, because I just knew that I have the basics in horse riding, and I interested in traditional archery. So I think at that moment, I think it was just maybe the feeling of the excitement of being on horse and shooting from the horse.
Sure.
But as I became a horse rider, it's just that I cannot say this into words. I cannot put why I became a horseback archer into words. But the only thing I know is that I have been blessed so much since I've been horseback archer. So I don't know. I just have the only thing I know was to keep on doing this, because I'm feeling so, yeah. So I'm feeling so happy, and I'm feeling I've been blessed with so many things. You know, I don't know how to put it in words, but yeah, that's how I feel.
Sure, you're honored. You feel honored to do it. You feel blessed to do it as well, right? How often are competitions organized within Malaysia itself? In a normal situation, you know, outside of COVID, how regular were there competitions going on?
Okay, so I can say that the development of horseback archery in Malaysia, because as the history was, you know, Din is the first Malaysian who competed for horseback archery, representing Malaysia. So bring horseback archery Malaysia and start to spread it. So in 2014, when Noor is organizing the competition for the international competition, so she invited the horseback archers all over the world to compete in Malaysia. So that's how we can say that the development starts. So it became the numbers, more people are interested, and more people are getting to know horseback archery, and they're interested to join. So since then, we can say the start of the significant development of horseback archery in Malaysia. So regarding the competitions, okay, I will tell you about our group first, our my team first, because we are my team. We are not only competing, we are also doing the work for the development of horseback archery in Malaysia. We do the training clinics, we do the competition, we do the horseback archery shows. So we have a few members, and like Noor, she is an expert in equine industry in Malaysia. So we also have Sergeant Marshall, which is our advisor / our team, a trainer, our coach. So we have another members with different set of skills, and we combine this because we already we went to competition, so we bring all the knowledge that we have, and then we develop. We try to develop it by doing the competition. So the main organizer for most competition in Malaysia is our team. So we are contributing to the society back all the knowledge that we have. Sometimes we also being invited by Indonesia to help them, and for the competition, maybe since 2014, I think 2014 we have the competition, the international competition, and then 2015 we invited Kasai to do a training clinics here in Malaysia, and then 2016 I can't remember. We have maybe some competition organized by another club, and then 2000 every year we have something to do. But starting last year in 2019 we start Malaysian League, Malaysian Horseback Archery League. It's a we organize it together with another 2 different clubs. And it has been like we have like 5 series in a year, and then actually this year as well we are planning to do the same, but we only managed to do 1 session only, one session due to COVID.
Right.
So we have like different competition every year. And also we are planning to do it more often, but then due to COVID, we have to stop. Like for now, I don't know. That's how we do it in Malaysia.
You mentioned about Kasha coming and a few other people. What other coaches or teachers have been to Malaysia to come and teach?
So far, we only officially invited Kasai. Kasai for the training clinics, for the clinics, and also horseback archery demo and show during the national horse in Malaysia back in 2015.
Right.
So after that, 2016, I can't remember what we have in 2016, and then we have like competition as well.
Did Michal Cosme, he did not travel there?
He did.
Maybe it was here. Another club. I'm not sure.
It was. He was invited by another clubs. Yeah, he was invited by another clubs.
Okay. So you mentioned Kashai was invited in 2015. Did he influence many people in the way he shoots, or in terms of the way that many of you shoot now, or how you shoot particularly? Is it finger Mediterranean release? Is it thumb release? And also I see some of your Instagram pictures, the way you're holding the arrows is a particular way, where they are, one arrow in each finger. Where is this technique from?
Okay. For regarding Kasai, when we invited him, it was the year after we organized the competition, the international competition. So everybody was so excited to be in the clinics, in the horseback archery clinics. So there are a lot of traditional archers came and to learn. But in Malaysia, mostly we have like maybe almost 100% horseback archers are using thumb technique, thumb release. So for us, when Kasai came to teach us, it was just like for another knowledge that we have for our own keepings, But for me, yes, I am using thumb release technique, and then regarding the arrows arranged in a particular way, I learned it actually from Anna Sokolski, from the because I've been there in 2017. I went for the Groomwall competition, and before that there was a horseback archery clinics, so I joined them and then I learned the techniques from them. So actually for the techniques that they are teaching me, I mean the arrangement that Anna taught me, I cannot practice it after I get back to Malaysia. I cannot think how they do it, and
you can't even remember it.
I just know that they have this way of arrange a lot of arrows on the bow hand,
right.
But then I didn't practice it at all. But before Al Faris in Jordan in 2018, I got a new bow being given to me, given to me by Weibo. So it's a Turkish bow. So they have like a different handle and different handle from the Korean bow that I used to. So I think if I want to hold many arrows in my bow hand, I have to have another technique. So I tried. I tried to recall back the techniques that Anna taught us, and then I tried to do it. So in Jordan, when we on the second day, I can't remember, on the first day of the training session, I asked Anna if the technique that I do is it correct or not, and she said that it's good. So I'm lucky that even I cannot remember it for a year, I still can practice it and try to
MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, that's good. Sometimes although we forget things, it's actually in the subconscious, and we just need someone to remind us about it, isn't it?
Yes, correct.
You mentioned you first started with a Korean bow and then you moved to a Turkish bow. Are you still shooting with the Turkish bow now? You still prefer that?
Yes. I'm still using the same bow that I got from Weibo. So for now, I still love to shoot with Turkish bow.
And what poundage do you shoot normally?
Just 31.
31. Okay. I wanted to move on to kind of an obvious topic for you. You know, being a Muslim female in the sport of horse archery. I saw on one of your Instagram posts that, you know, it's a gender neutral, it's a gender equal sport. I mean, they don't have necessarily a category for men or women, which is a good thing because it means everyone is on the same level, same playing field. And it's just as easy for a female to win as it is for a male. How has your experience been in coming through the horse archery world, especially in Malaysia or competitions internationally? Have you faced any difficulties, or you feel that being a female or a Muslim hasn't been any problem for you?
It's just that because if I competed locally, I have faced no problem at all. It's just that I am the only female competing in Malaysia. That's all. That is the most obvious thing. So so the attention is on me. The attention always is on me. So yeah, it's a pressure as well.
Yeah.
Because people are expecting more of you, even if you are a woman. Sometimes they don't really know how it works. They don't really know that it's a gender neutral sport where I have to compete with the men together on the same terms. So it's a pressure for me. It's a pressure. And but when I when I go for the international competition, it's a different not challenges but different things. It's a different things. The first, because obviously every time I go for the competition, I am the only one who's wearing hijab. So it's more obvious for everybody to see me. And maybe because I am a Muslim, they are maybe not reluctant, but maybe they became more careful in trying to cope with me. So but when they see me shooting, so yeah, they started to approach me, and then we started to have a conversation. So it was always after they see me shooting. So but I'm glad that for now I'm glad that I can represent a woman and especially a Muslim woman. Maybe so far I am the only active woman competing in hijab. So yeah, maybe there will be more, and it's not really a problem, but it's just that I don't know.
Maybe it's a bit lonely.
Challenges,
it's a bit lonely, right?
Yeah, it's a bit lonely. But I think it's just fine because we also have another woman competing like Anna, and then some girls from some women from the European countries, and but from the Muslim countries, I think so far for now I am the only woman competing. So it's for now it's okay for me because I have been I'm used to being around men because I have three brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really a big problem for me. It's just that, yeah, like you said, to win in a competition is a lot harder for women because, you know, we are different from men physically, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time the men will choose faster horses,
Mm-hmm.
which is an advantage for them, for the time point, time bonus.
Yeah.
But then for us women, yeah, I think a lot of horseback female or women horseback archers that I have seen, even though we are not using a really fast horse, we are more careful on the target points. So that is our own advantages.
Do you
yeah,
prefer do you prefer a medium horse or a fast-paced horse when you go to competition?
Okay, when I first started, my coach asked me to take a slow horses, just because I just a beginner, so just start slow. But then as I grew and as I develop my skills, it's not really a fast horse. I just wanted that can make me stable, that make me comfortable, and so that I can focus on the targets, to get the targets point. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so just back to the point about being a female in horseback archery in Malaysia, I'm sure you must have got a lot of attention either from media or press, and do you have a lot of support or backing from other females? And are there any other females in the ranks coming up that maybe in the next couple of years will be you know, training and competing alongside you?
Okay, yeah, regarding the support, yes, I've got a lot of supports from the public, and also from the people that I have known, from the people around me. So because like I said, because I'm the only woman competing in Malaysia, so the attention is always on me.
Right.
So yeah, the pressure is that you have to perform because people are expecting more from you. So I think that's how I grow, and that's how I push myself, so that I can be like the same as the men. So in Malaysia right now, maybe they are maybe less than 10. I don't know, maybe more. Maybe more, I don't know, because for in my club I am the only woman for now. But I can see that from the social media there are a few women trying to train and trying horseback archery. So maybe, yeah, I hope there will be more soon. And to become a horseback archer, in Malaysia, you can be like you can easily be one. But then to be consistent in horseback archery in Malaysia, it's a challenges for us women. So I don't know, different person, maybe they have different thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, for now, I just wanted to learn more, and then if I have been given a chance or opportunity to go for the competition, then I will go for the competition. But I think yeah, maybe because people are seeing this sport as a exciting sport, you know, shooting the moving fast horse, so it's a lot of excitement. So but I don't know, maybe there will be in horseback archery, they will train horseback archery longer, or I don't know. But I hope they can stay, so that there will be more women here in Malaysia.
Yeah, yeah, inshallah, inshallah. You mentioned, just going back to your background, what did you graduate in? What was your university in?
Electrical engineering.
Okay. And are you working in that field now?
I'm working in telecommunication company, in engineering department.
Okay, great. Okay. And so is it like a Monday to Friday job and then you have time on the weekend to train, or is it different hours?
No, it's this is the special thing about my work. I'm working on shift, so I have like 4 days of working, four working days, and then another 4 day off. So
Okay, right.
I can arrange, because I have like 2 morning shift and then 2 night shifts, so I can arrange my training session easily.
Right, right, okay. Let's just move on to the club that you're associated with, as-sibaq. I'm just going to the Facebook page, and now I don't actually have a Facebook account, but I'm just going to see what we can see on the site here. You have a good number of followers there and quite an active account. How many people in the club at the moment?
At the moment,
How many members?
if I'm not mistaken, maybe less than 15.
Okay, so not massive, but I mean you have a good, good small team there.
We have different peoples with different sets of expertise and also skills. So yeah, that's how we manage to do the competition for the Malaysians, and
Yeah.
sometimes even and if I am working as the committee, as the competition committee, as the organizer, sometimes I don't compete well. So it's maybe for me it's time to give back to the society what I have learned from horseback archery, because being a rider and also being a rider and being a committee really helps me a lot in understanding people, understanding myself. Yeah, it helped me a lot, even though I'm not competing.
Sure. There's another organization I saw on some of the posters, Zora. This is another horseback archery organization in Malaysia, or what?
Club in southern region of Malaysia.
Okay, and you guys sometimes work together,
They are based in southern region. Yes. We do the first and this year Malaysian horseback archery league together with Zora.
Okay, all right, mashallah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I think it helps.
Also,
it helps when different organizations you can cooperate and work together rather than have any issues. But sometimes it happens.
Yes.
Sorry, you were going to say?
No, I'm just gonna say that they actually for the Malaysian horseback archery league, we have like 3 organizers. as-sibaq, being one of them, which is the training place, the competition event which being held there. It's also in a 2 hours drive from my house.
Right.
Yeah, so there are 3 organizers for this league.
Okay, alhamdulillah. And you guys all work together. Alhamdulillah, that's good. That's good. Let's just see what other questions we had. So you mentioned you prefer the thumb release, and you're holding in the fingers. Have you tried any other different ways of loading? Do you sometimes load from the quiver as well, or you just only loading from the hand?
It depends on the event, on the competition. It depends on the competition. So for Korean style or for Korean competition, we have to load it from the quiver. It is compulsory to load from the quiver. But maybe in the Hungarian track, like we can hold arrows on the bow hand, or but it different. It is different. It's depending on what style the competitions and yes, for me myself, I am using thumb release, and then I am using, because there are a lot of types of quivers now. There are in Malaysia, the one that are also popular are the back quivers. So a lot of I think right now maybe more people are using the back quivers rather than the side quivers. But for me, I like side quivers more. For some reason, I don't know, for just for
convenience,
for me,
it's easier.
Easier.
Yeah, I see there's some pictures of Dean here on the Facebook. How is Dean doing, and what is he up to? Is he still involved in horse archery?
Yes, he's still competing. This is the images or the photos that we captured in our competition last year in Ipoh. So Dean is one of the competitors. He is still competing. In fact, the Malaysian league that we are organizing, he is competing as well. So he just started back actually, but yeah, it's through the league, and also this is from the among the competition that he joined.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, so with each interview, we have a couple of quick fire questions before we wrap up the interview. So I just want to get your idea on some of these. So if you have a laminate or a composite bow, which one do you prefer?
Laminate.
Laminate, yeah. Any particular reason?
No, no particular reason.
Have you tried a composite bow?
Not really. Yeah, because I think I am a person who are maybe stick to one type of things. That's why I'm not learning. No. That's why I'm not using another quiver.
Yeah, you stick to one style. That's fine.
For me, it takes a lot of time to relearn, and then I have a limited time, so I have to focus on one thing first for now.
Sure.
Maybe someday I will learn another techniques and also use another bow.
Sure. What is your favorite track to shoot on? Like, for example, have you tried the Polish track?
Yes, I have tried the Polish track. It was exciting. It was more it was fun, and I think it tested you more on the riding skills. So
definitely.
I really I tried the Polish track in Poland. So it's an uphill Polish track. So it was fun. That was my that was the second time. The first time I competed Polish track back in 2014 in Malaysia. So that was the first Polish track. And Poland, but I am really looking forward for the Polish track in France, because they have a really cool track, Polish track, with the jumpings and a lot of things. So it's so exciting, but it will need a lot of skills, balancing and riding skills.
Definitely, yeah. Are you planning to go to France to compete there, or to train there or something?
Yeah, maybe for the I think maybe for the competition or the training, because one of the reason is because of the Polish track that they have, and actually this year I think they are doing. They are planning, actually they were planning to do a world championship there, but I just read that they have cancelled it due to COVID. Next year, so hopefully
next year.
Hopefully I can the competitions there, but I don't know. It's because like I said previously, it's really hard right now for all of us, not even in Malaysia, for all of us in the world. So I'm not sure how is it gonna be after this. So maybe the new normal is maybe is becoming like a restriction for us to travel again. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there are
Hopefully,
there are more questions than answers at the moment. We don't really know what's going on, but inshallah things will settle down. Just two last questions. Do you prefer wood or carbon arrows?
Carbon arrows.
Carbon
Most of the time, I really amazed by how the Turkish people, they really have a firm stand on this arrow that they are using. They always use all the Turkish horseback archers that I have known. They always use the natural arrows. That's so right. They ask me they always ask me that why are you using the carbon arrows? It's not traditional, so you should wooden arrows. But you know, there are a lot of reasons why we are not we prefer carbon arrows. But maybe someday it's another things to learn and another things to challenge myself as well, because maybe I can use the carbon the traditional or the wooden arrow in the training, but maybe not really I'm not strong, or how do we say it? I'm not prefer wooden arrows in the competition, because there are a lot of things to sacrifice.
Yeah, sure. No, I understand that. I mean, shooting wooden and carbon they're two different things. And I was speaking to Dr. Murat maybe 2 weeks ago from Istanbul. He was saying with the wooden arrows, they show your defects or your bad habits a lot more than carbons do. So you can learn a lot more from shooting wooden arrows than with carbon. But you know, it's a kind of a big debate. Some people will always prefer carbon, some will always prefer wooden, but everyone has a different choice. We spoke about your favorite bow that you shoot. You currently shoot a Turkish bow. The last question, and this is like a theoretical question, it's just a bit of a fun question. In terms of archery, if you were able to go back to another time in history, what era, what time would you like to relive in?
That's a rare question.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one.
I'm not really sure, but maybe in the time that people are using horseback archery as one of the maybe for the war. They are using horseback archery for the war. I don't know, not to live in the war, but
no, of course.
You know, how is it like? Because just recently I have been featured in Instagram and also in Facebook posts of the Malaysian national athletes, Team Malaysia. So I read a lot of comments there, and some of them said that I am from my ancestor was Genghis Khan. Funny, but it's because we already practice it, so I wanted to know how is it like to be. Is it gonna be like a different techniques, or is it you know, I don't know, but it's gonna be different. But yeah, maybe it's good to know how is it like. And horseback archery as a hunting purpose, used for hunting purposes, maybe in war, how to use it in war.
Yeah, no, I think that would be very, very interesting to actually see how it was used practically, and how good those archers and the horses were. But no, that's very interesting. Erina, I'd like to thank you for your time. That will bring us to the end of this short interview. I appreciate your time, and you know, I hope that we come out of this situation sooner, as soon as possible, and that everyone can get back to their normal life, inshallah. I hope all the best for horse archery culture growing in Malaysia, and for your club and all the other clubs in Malaysia as well. And I hope soon, next time we speak, there are some other females also competing and training as well, who can help and support you as well. And maybe we meet again at another competitions very soon, or we do another interview, or we meet somewhere else down the line, inshallah.
Inshallah. And I wanted to thank you as well for inviting me to this session, because I don't know, I'm quite nervous actually to be in this kind of session.
Okay.
This is my first time.
Okay.
So yes, hope to be able to represent more women, especially yeah, to win is another thing. I'm happy for my personal achievement last year. So for now, I'm good.
Alhamdulillah, that's good. We wish you all the best, inshallah, and we'll speak to you soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Ramadan. Thank
Ramadan
you.
Kareem to you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.